Good morning, freshmen. One of the interesting and big topics of conversation here at the Ninth Grade Center for the past week or so has been that of Mega Lunch. I feel like we've come to a place where many of you have earned back the privilege of having a Mega Lunch, but before we do, I wanted to roll it back out and make sure that we were clear on what the expectations were, and to do that I need to give you a little bit of the reasons why we have it. First and foremost, Mega Lunch was never intended to be a free hour. It was offered as a way for students to go to tutoring during the day and to go to clubs to be involved in things at school during the school day to avoid after-school conflicts with athletics and other activities that you may have. The intent of Mega Lunch was also to give you time to talk to your friends. However, it was never to have a free roaming time at the school. As we made the decision to take Mega Lunch away, we did so carefully and with much consideration. Some of the issues, as we've talked about, that were happening were people were just not taking care of our common spaces and respecting those around them. So as we roll this back out, I'd like to go over a few of the non-negotiables and a few of the things that we must insist upon in order to have a safe and effective time for everybody. First off, when Mega Lunch starts, we've always asked you to walk with a purpose. And what that means is, while we're not saying you can't move around at Mega Lunch, what we are saying is, if you're going somewhere, you need to be going somewhere with a reason. Some of you choose to spend your Mega Lunch talking to your friends, and that's fine. But the intent was, and we were clear from this from day one, you go and you find where you're going to stay for at least 30 minutes, and you stay there. My expectation is that by 10:45, or about 5 minutes into Mega Lunch, everybody should be where they're going to be. If you choose to eat in the hallway, that's fine, but that spot needs to be where you stay until 11:11. At 11:11, some of you may decide that you want to go to a tutoring that's offered during the second block or a club that's offered during the second block, and that's the time when you would move to go and do that. After about 11:16, about 5 minutes into that second block, you really shouldn't be moving. Now I understand that things do come up, and there may be a time when you need to go somewhere, and that's okay. However, it's very clear when students are just walking around, and that's not the purpose of Mega Lunch. So in order to keep this, please make sure that you don't do that. At 11:25, under every circumstance, you need to stay where you are. 11:25 is the no-fly zone. At that time, wherever you are, that's where you need to stay. The second thing we need to talk about is the noise level. No one's saying you can't talk to your friends, and we want you to have a good time. But there's 650 of us in this school. It's very important that we're respectful of the noise level in the hallway, because there are tutoring classes going on, there is club going on, and there's various reasons why we might not want to make a lot of noise. So it's important to me that while I want you to enjoy yourself and have a good time, yelling, screaming, loud music, those things are never appropriate. One of the areas that is not okay for loud talking, especially that needs to stay quiet, it's a quiet zone, it's the library. There's a group that goes into the library, I realize, and they have activities in there, and that's okay, but we need to keep the noise to a minimum for those who do choose to utilize that space to study. Several people have asked me about music. One of the issues that has come up that we really didn't anticipate was the use of Bluetooth speakers like Beats pills, Bose sound waves, and speakers like that. I don't really have a problem with you using those outside, but the issue that's come up is some people are playing them at a loud volume level in the hallway, and it's interfering with other people's right not to hear that music. If you're going to listen to music inside the school, it would be best if you listen to it through your headphones. Any music that's loud enough for someone to hear is probably too loud. So if you're in a space and you have your music playing quietly, it probably won't be an issue. But if an adult asks you to turn it down, you have to turn it down. Obviously, there can't be any food in the library, but most places in the school we're allowing you to eat. Coming with that is a responsibility that you take care of your space and clean up your trash, just for the sanitary necessity that that would entail. Trash left out, food not picked up, that's been an issue, especially in the collaboration station area downstairs between the two stairwells. I've seen food thrown at the wall, food left on the floor. That's unacceptable. That must stop. I would encourage all of you to join clubs or participate in clubs. This is a time when you'll get to know your teachers on a different level and have common interests with them and probably make good friends and have a good time. But another aspect of Mega Lunch is that of alternative and action lunch. Those have become necessary consequences for students who either don't do what they're supposed to do or for whatever reason need that time to work on things in class so that they pass. This is not new. This has been relayed to you since day one, and the expectation is that if you're assigned to alternative lunch or action lunch that you go. I want to make it very clear, if you choose not to go to action lunch or alternative lunch, you will get one warning. The next time that you don't go when you're supposed to, when you've had it assigned, you forfeit your Mega Lunch for an extended period of time, up to the entire year. One thing, students, that I would also like to address is some of the disrespect that's been given towards our staff members. You need to understand this, whether it's a teacher, a custodian, a school resource officer, an administrator, or anyone else, extreme disrespect will result in the loss of Mega Lunch for leading up to the rest of the year. We are not going to tolerate inappropriate language towards staff members or each other. I hope that you can agree to follow these rules. I think Mega Lunch is an important time, and quite frankly, most of the teachers, and I know the administrators, enjoy it just as much as you do. It gives us a time to talk and get to know each other. It gives you a time to take care of things you need to take care of, work, fun. It's beneficial to all of us. However, I must be clear, these things that I've laid out are non-negotiable. In order for Mega Lunch to work, we all have to agree to these things so that we can share in the responsibility of such an awesome privilege. One of the next things I'd like to talk about is our Six Flags trip. This is one of the most looked forward to experiences that you will have your entire freshman year. It's important to know that while we encourage everyone to go to Six Flags, we do have a certain minimum qualifications, and I wanted to share that now so that there's no confusion on what those qualifications are. Starting today, you can have no more than 3 unexcused absences between today and the date of the Six Flags trip. Also, you must be passing all of your classes for the semester. Another qualifier is you can have no ISS placements and no out-of-school suspensions and no DAEPs, that's bridge. Any of those things will disqualify you from the Six Flags trip. So let's be clear. No more than 3 unexcused absences, no ISS, OSS, or bridge, and you have to be passing all of your classes for the semester. If you can do these 3 minimum things, which let's be honest, most of you can have a day to go to Six Flags. We'll be giving more information on that to you later. At this time, students, I would like to thank you for your time. Remember, students, Mega Lunch is a privilege and not a right. It's very important that we all uphold our responsibilities so that we can share in the enjoyment of this awesome time. I know it's important to you, it's important to me, so let's follow the rules and make sure that we get to keep this. Thank you and have a great day.